It would help if I unmuted my microphone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Otlichno SMP stream. Look at that, nice peaceful music. Grindy FPS. I have a circle now, look at this. This is neat. I haven't streamed in a while. I should probably pull up the chat so I can actually see what I'm looking at. Yeah, I met the stream earlier today. It didn't work out. I ended up hanging out with the people on the server. Just kind of chatting and fiddling around. Got a bunch of people on right now. Got Dinesto. IOQ, he's a newer guy. Ordron Kit, don't know who that is. Russian Afroman. Sheriff Black Ops. Thor Hammerhand. Tiger Spirit, who I think is also streaming. Or was about 20 minutes ago. Okay, Sedilla. We got X Insidious, I don't know who that is. Me and D Loner, who was just sleeping. Ooh, I'm breathing on the microphone. Yeah, so I have a big circle here. Look at this place. Look at this giant circle. It is magnificent, is it not? I've been working on this for 3 days now. Not really. This is my base. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. It's basically my plan this season is just to make circles. And that's about it. No, I'm building a giant city in a circle, kind of reminiscent of the Imperial City from Oblivion. Originally, I was planning on doing a one-for-one recreation of it, but then I thought that's a lot of work, and I'm lazy, and I like to put my own spin on things, so I'm not going to do that. And this is kind of the result, is what I've come up with here. This is a 101... I always forget the difference between radius and diameter. I think diameter is the halfway one. I think radius is the width one. It's 101 all the way across. That's all I know. Numbers are hard. Math is hard. So yeah, we got that. That's pretty neat. This one is 45 across, I want to say, and this one's 25 across. So it's a pretty big circle. A bunch of pretty big circles. And basically the way this is going to work is this is going to be a big fancy central tower, kind of like the Imperial Castle thing from the Imperial City. We're going to go out, and there's going to be like a nice little courtyard here for the castle, and then we go out here, and this is going to be a city district right here. It's going to be a bunch of fancy houses, some markets and whatnot. And I haven't decided whether or not yet I want to expand it out even further into a third ring, and something that's kind of reminiscent of the Ba Sing Se from Avatar, The Last Airbender, a giant kind of walled district city, I think would be kind of cool. But I haven't decided yet. Maybe have a poorer farming district or something out here, but I feel like that's kind of already what I'm doing on Cosmic Craft. Anyway, that's my plan for this season. That's basically what I've been working on. And we are right over here by Will Is Not Funny. That's Will's house over here. I can go over here and show you. Apparently he's got some mine shafts going on down there. I broke into those earlier. That was exciting. I accidentally found those, and that was not my intention. But anyways, yeah, so, oh, wow, bumping the microphone or the mouse. Yeah, Will has a nice little hobbit hole over here, and from what I was told, these are actually pre-generated, which is pretty neat. I haven't actually seen all the structures yet. I thought this was something he built, but apparently somebody told me this is built. I put a sign here that says Howdy Neighbor. I'm quite fond of signs this season. I always think that's a person. He's got a skeleton horse. He's got a pretty cool little house in here, I will admit. And I don't know if he's put any videos out yet or not. I have not really kept up too much with that. But I would be interested to see what he's planning on doing. I need to get in contact with him, and that's why I haven't really decided on whether I want to build the city any bigger. Is because I don't know what Will's going to do, because honestly I didn't know this was Will's house up until I'd already built stuff. So I don't really know what to do there. But Will does have a house right there, so I will have to keep that somewhat in mind while working on stuff. Words are hard. I've got a giant sign there just to say that this is my base. But yeah, so I've got a pretty cool idea in mind for what I want to do here. I've actually been working on some stuff in my creative test world. Working out some designs, and I'm going a little bit Thor this season. I have decided if I come over here and get my shulker box, Star got me this. Star's already gone into the end and kind of fiddled around. I haven't fought the end dragon yet, but he's already made his way to the end. He got me a shulker box, paid 9 diamonds for that. Got a bunch of this quartz. Got 2, 3, 4, I think it was something 9, 10 and a half stacks of quartz and a bunch of dark oak. That's not nearly enough to finish all this, but it's a pretty decent amount to get started. got a pretty good idea of what I want to do here. Just kind of build a giant quartz wall, and this wall is going to be pretty big, I've got to admit. And I switch over to my test world and take a look at my test world. Oh no. Russ, fix your server. Russ, we decided that the server is sad. We realized that today, even though everybody already knew it. But yeah, so we've got I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get started here. I've been wanting to do this for a little while. We got some pretty decent, got a pretty decent little area here to build a decently sized city in. I'm not exactly sure how tall this is supposed to be, but yeah, this is going to be a pretty good sized build. I haven't done a really big build in a long time, so I'm looking forward to kind of fiddling around doing something like that. So I do remember this was 5 wide, and I had a pretty cool design going on here, because one of the things I really like in the Imperial City is that they've got these there's little walkways that come through in here and lead through the districts, and there's a neat little kind of roof overhang, and I got a pretty neat idea design built up for that one. That's another one of those things I just really haven't touched yet. I do want to go ahead and grab some of this quartz, and I have 2 crafting tables, so that's good. Let's go ahead and throw one of those guys down. Take a look. I have to remember exactly how the different kinds of... Hold on, let me pull up a Google page real quick. I don't remember exactly how all the different kinds of quartz blocks were created. So let me take a look here real quick. Let's see here. Here we go. Different states of quartz. That's not what I wanted. Oh, it's a crafting ingredient. Another quartz. Yeah, maybe a block of quartz. Here we go. Just gotta bear with me. I'm trying to remember how all this works. Okay, so 2 slabs make the chiseled quartz, and 2 blocks on top of each other make the pillars. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, turn that guy into all pillars. I'll go ahead and turn this guy into some of this stuff, because I want a little bit of everything. And what we're going to do here is we're going to mess around a little bit with some designs. And I've got I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. Don't want to fill this guy all the way in with dirt or not. Let me go ahead and do a baseline across here of just quartz, so we have something. Do I not have a shovel? Ooh, Thor making color commentary. So yeah, I'm kind of winging it here because I don't have access to my test world. Oop, there we go. That's the guy I want right there. So which is kind of fun because I liked and I didn't like the design I have for the wall in creative. So I'm kind of trying to branch out. Ooh, hello. There's a hole right there apparently. Yeah, there's a little cave system that goes underneath here. It's kind of a pain to navigate. Ooh, and I tend to fall into it a lot. I got some dirt now. I need to get some dirt and start filling this area in. I've already started filling it up here a little bit. I've got this area filled in. I filled in this kind of this quadrant over here. And I'm going to go ahead and start filling that guy in pretty soon. Oh man, smack talk going on in the chat. Oh man. So yeah, let's go ahead, and I believe this guy was all the way up. Now I don't remember exactly how tall this was. I remember it going up pretty high though. This is a pretty tall wall. So I'm gonna, let me see, this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me go ahead and bring this guy up to 10. So it'd be 9, 10, 9, 10. Minecraft. Yeah, there was a lot of memes going on earlier here in the Otlichno world. We were talking over some of the memes and talking about some of the folks. Bummer Brown 06, welcome to the chat. How you doing? How's everybody doing today? It's Monday, I think. Start of the week. It's always fun for people. What is going on? Poking a little bit of fun. For those who don't know, mine 101, 2001, something like that, and Ambi, 2 people who used to be a part of the server are no longer with us for reasons that I don't know if they've disclosed or not. It was, I don't really have all the details, so I'm not going to make any color commentary on it. They're just no longer here. You can only be by with Ambi. God. So yeah, they're no longer with us, and whether or not I say that like they died. They didn't die. They're just not on the server anymore. They left after the last season, and like I said, if they wish to disclose those reasons, they can. I'm not gonna get into it. So, Pikecraft, how am I? I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing pretty good. Glad to be back streaming a little bit. Trying to get my streaming schedule back on track. It's probably not gonna work though. I'm probably gonna do some more evening streams. See how this works out for the time being. So kind of like there was a period about 6 months ago. Actually, this is longer ago than this. There was a period a little while ago where I did a fair many. No, I didn't do this right. I did not do this right. This was one wide. Whoa, that guy's pretty crazy breaking. I did this one wide because I had some pretty cool. Oh man, these things are breaking quick. I had some pretty cool things I stole from Thor from his last season. I was gonna do the little, I forget what they were called. They had like little, there's gonna be a gate right here, kind of a portcullis, if you will. And he had some neat little side thingies on the side of it that made it look like gears would go in them. I don't really know how to describe it, but he had them in Chrome, and I thought they looked really cool, so I was gonna steal them. And I thought that would be a great way to start things out. So I actually need to get some smooth stone bricks going on here, because that was made, the one I did use was made of smooth stone bricks. And awkward. Okay. I may actually need to tab over to my test world to see how I did this, because I don't remember. Well, I could just figure it out. What I do, yeah, like I said, what I do need is to get some of these stone guys. Let's go ahead and make some of these. And let's pop over here and steal Thor's idea. I do need to get some. I'm going to need to get some more of this dark oak probably, because I'm going to build a lot with dark oak. I really do like the way dark oak looks. Okay, I remember how this works now. It's, let me see here. I'm gonna, the portcullis is going to be made out of, or at least the one I made on the test world was made entirely from dark oak wood fences. So I'm gonna try that out a little bit and see how that works. Come on, you wanna drop this? There we go. A little bit of server lag because the server is hosted on a dry and dirty sock or something like that in Russ's basement. It's not the best situation for a server host. I should probably be bringing this guy up here with me. Let me go ahead and do that while I build up. Boom. And let's bring that guy all the way up. There we go. So that way you get the idea. It kind of gives the idea or the appearance of like what gears would climb up or something to lift the portcullis. As you can see right there, we got a pretty decent start to a wall. A grand wall. It's beautiful. It looks pretty good so far. I like the way things have started out. What's going on in the chat? I think everybody's just kind of spamming, which is always welcome. But yeah, it's an interesting. I think this is going to turn out to look pretty neat. Let me go ahead and bring this guy up here, because like I said, I don't exactly remember the height this was supposed to be, but I got a pretty good idea. Boop. Okay, let's boom and boom, boom. There we go. And I can hop right up here with this guy. And let's go ahead and finish off. Oh, I need to get some feather falling boots really bad. I went ahead and I do have some pretty good gear. I've got some full enchants. Actually, Star gave me this pick. Fortune 3. I threw Unbreaking 3 on it, which was actually courtesy of Tiger, who did some AFK fishing. Got a hold of an Unbreaking 3 book. I stole that for myself. No, I gave her some diamonds, and she handed it over to me, and it's a pretty neat little book that gave me Unbreaking on that. I got Unbreaking on that stuff. I need to go ahead. Pretty soon I'm going to try and get some better armor. My armor's in pretty rough shape, so I've been using this. Actually, I haven't been using this a lot, but I got mobbed. A lot of it was taken down. I got mobbed by some zombies when I was down in a cave. So that did not help. Can I get down from here without hurting myself substantially? Kind of. Yeah, look at that. That's starting to look like a pretty fancy entrance to a... That's pretty fancy right there. I feel like this is off center for some reason, though. Why does this look off center? Whoa, I did something wrong here. Hold on. Hold the phone. Something is off here for some reason. It's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That ain't right. I miscalculated something, because that's not right, and I just noticed that. Did I do that on all of them? How wide is that supposed to be? I screwed something up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I got one of the numbers off somewhere. Oh, no! No, don't tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh no, I got the numbers off. I just noticed this. I got the numbers off for the whole circle. Are you serious? Really? Oh, that is not good. Whoops. Okay, so I guess, how did I not notice that until now? Is it off everywhere? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's 7. This should be 7 over here as well. 3, 6, 7, yeah. How did I get that off? That is not good. Wow. Okay, so I guess I've got some adjustments to do. Dang, how did I just now notice that this whole thing was off? I have to. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be a little less exciting than I thought it was. A little bit more math going on here, because I'm very bad at counting things apparently, which just irritates me enough. Get out of here. Yeah, that's not good. That is 100% not good. So let me go ahead and knock down this wall, I guess. And we're gonna have to figure some things out here, because I did not intend to do that. I may have to redo I'm gonna have to redo half of this now. I'm probably not gonna do all this here. What I think I'm just gonna do is push this guy over a couple feet and call it good for the day, and just kind of head that direction with the wall for now until I can get this side sorted out. So oh wait, how big is this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this guy over here 6, or did I just miscalculate something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, so half the wall is off. I think. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I caught that, because I knew the road is supposed to be 5 wide. And I'm glad I caught that right there, and I don't know how I managed to screw that up. Is this side screwed up too? Let me see here. 1, 2. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 7, 7, 14, 15. Huh. What? No, that's not right. Something is horribly wrong here, and it's probably something incredibly simple that I'm just missing. Because how is that off like that? That doesn't make sense. Because that's 7 on both sides like it's supposed to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have no idea how this got this far off. This is great. I feel like, okay, mining, yeah, I guess I'll just figure it out later. That's great. So yeah, this wall is gonna be fun to fix. Was not expecting for that to be that broken. Anyways, I guess I can fix this wall. Mathematics aside, what is in the title and what some of you probably came here to listen to me rant about is E3 so far. What little of it I've kept up with, I should say. This week is, of course, for those who do not know, the Electronics Entertainment Expo in Los Angeles, California. Also known as E3, the giant gaming festival where people come together to watch trailers for bad video games and have all their hopes and dreams pulled away. And some people would say that's been pretty well accomplished this week, because this has been an interesting week in terms of E3 trailers. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this guy right here. I want to do some reorganizing here. So this should now be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I put this guy right here, everything is all nice and balanced out. Which it should be. Okay. Yeah, everything's all nice and balanced out now. Anyway, as I was saying before, this is E3 week. And one of the things that I kind of went on a little bit of a rant about this morning on Twitter, or a very brief rant, was that Bethesda has now decided that they are going to do the wonderful idea, the thing that went over so well about a year and a half ago. They put out paid mods and all that on Steam, and Steam Workshop became monetized. Oh man. Hey Kit, how you doing? I guess Kit's watching now because he's listening to me complain about E3. So yeah, this is my E3 coverage for the day. So yeah, they decided that would be a great idea to pull out those paid mods again, because that's just the most fantastic thing in the world. And that's not the most fantastic thing in the world. And it's actually something I wanted to talk about, and I've been talking with a couple people, a couple friends of mine, and a couple people I know around the industry about their thoughts and prayers on the whole paid mods debacle. And I've got my stance on this really hasn't changed that much since the first time they tried to do it. I think in concept it's a great idea, and it's a form of content. And as someone who's a content producer, I'm all for content producers getting rewarded for their hard work. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the way they're doing it, and the monetization is just it's horrible. It's not being done very well, and it's gonna result in a lot more people kind of getting hurt and ripped off, especially because a lot of these mods, if you're like me and you love having mods, it's good for the creator, it's bad for the user, if you get what I mean. I love modding Bethesda games, being, the main source of this whole controversy. I love modding the Bethesda games. Absolutely love that. And it's even paying 99 cents a piece for the mods. I've got my Skyrim and my Fallout 4. I know my Skyrim's got probably close to 300 mods now, and Fallout 4's got upwards of probably 100, and I think Fallout New Vegas probably has about 150. I've got a fairly decent mod library going on, so it would get kind of expensive for the end user. And I think one of the big appeals of mods is a lot of times it adds pretty good content for not a lot of price. It doesn't jack up the price. There's some pretty neat stuff, and it's kind of hard to put a solid price tag on that content, if you know what I mean. It's kind of trying to figure out how to phrase this. Hold on, I'm trying to remember how I did this guy right here. If I even did it like this. Doop. Oh, I remember how I did it now. But yeah, it's kind of hard to put a price tag on that kind of thing and do... I should have sat down. I wanted to do a rant on this, but I thought, well, my last rant wasn't the most well-received thing in the world, so I think I'll just give it a break. Look at that. Look at those arches. Those arches are just fantastical. Do I go up one more layer? Or do I just say that's enough arch in this life? Let me see how this looks. I think that'll look good, because what I'm going to do is... Actually, hold on. Let me get to my... let's make some portcullis gates. Yeah, but anyways, mods and payments. It's kind of a gray area, because like I said, I do very much... I'm very much pro, content creators should be paid for their work. People put a lot of effort into this, and especially you get out there and you see some of these mods like Enderall for Skyrim, you see Project Nevada for Fallout New Vegas. These are mods that add basically full-length story campaigns and the like to the game, and a lot of overhaul mods and whatnot. These are mods that it is very hard to say a small amount of effort went into these. So I don't want to sit here and say, well, these mod creators don't deserve any compensation. Like I said, as a content creator, I'm all for compensation for the content creators. But at the end of the day, also, it's unofficially developed content for a game. it's very much a gray area, especially because mods for so very long, you know, mods going all the way back to people modding the original Doom on their floppy drives, floppy disks. It's always been free. So it's like, well, should we start charging people for mods now? Should we have figured this kind of thing out a few years ago? I don't know. I think it's just kind of a weird gray area. I personally think it should be left alone. I think the best system is already the one that's in place on Nexus, and that is basically, it's a donation system. If you like the mod and you've got the money to donate, then donate. If you don't, then don't. You know, there's no one sitting there forcing you with a gun to your head to donate to these things, and I think that, personally, I think that is the best way to go about this. But that being said, that's also the same model that I would use for YouTube. I'm gonna take a drink. All right, let's go ahead and get up here. But yeah, that's the same model. That's the exact same model I would use for YouTube at the end of the day. You know, I'm all for donations and stuff like that. Not, you know, like I said, not sitting here trying to solicit them. I'm saying that's just making a point. But yeah, it's very much a gray area, at least in my opinion right now, as to what we will be doing with this. But yeah, so that's Bethesda's news. They've also announced a new DLC for Dishonored 2, which I have still yet to play. Heard a lot of mixed things about Dishonored 2. If you can get it to run, apparently it's a very good game. For those who are still struggling to get it to run, oh well. I guess is kind of the general consensus. But I've heard good things about it, so whoop-dee. And now they're releasing their first DLC for it, which I haven't actually looked that much into because I really haven't looked that much into Dishonored 2 itself. So that looks pretty interesting. Other than that, there are a few games out there floating around right now that I'm kind of interested in. The BioWare's new Destiny clone-looking thing. I don't know if it's necessarily a Destiny clone. I haven't really read enough about it, but it's what's it called? I can't remember it off the top of my head, the name of this game. It's, if somebody knows, please remind me, because I do not. But it was it was a kind of an interesting looking game about stuff, like monsters in the world killing people or something like that. They weren't really that clear in the trailer. Not 100% sure. Look at this. Look at that entrance. That is a fairly majestic entrance. Let's clear this junk out of the way real quick. But yeah, it looks, I forget what the game, Anthem, that's the name of the game. I just remembered, Anthem. And it looks like a pretty interesting game. Focused, big multiplayer thing. I'm all for, brings back those middle school days. I'm all for having more fancy multiplayer games in the world, because I do love doing me some multiplayer. Look at that gate. That is just the fanciest looking gate you'll ever see. I think I need to go one block higher though, and that is my consensus on that. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. But BioWare's kind of been one of those game companies that's been kind of hairy for me as to whether or not I want to like them lately. I still have not played Mass Effect Andromeda, but I've heard a lot of color commentary about that. Is the best way to describe it. It's people who like it, but it's not the best one by far from what I've heard, so I'm gonna leave it at that. And let me get rid of this guy and do this one up a little bit higher. Not that one. So yeah, it's gonna be, it's interesting. The one game that did really catch my attention out of everything I've seen so far at E3 was the game, once again, horrible at remembering names, but it was the game developed by the same people who did Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. It's a co-op, it's a split screen co-op game, basically about two dudes who are in prison, and then they're not in prison, and then they do some stuff. Look at that, that looks pretty cool, and that's the best description for a game I've ever given in my life. There's some dudes and they do some stuff, but it looks pretty cool. Look at that, that's a pretty neat looking entranceway though. So let me take a look around here real quick and see exactly what I'm gonna have to do to fix this wall, because the rest of it's still pretty broken. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy is 5 off. A way out, that's the one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, this whole thing is gonna have to shift a couple blocks that way. I'm not going to bother with that right now, but what I will go ahead and do is I will start working. I'm kind of interested, somewhere here I went wrong and then I went right. I think actually it was just this corner right here I have to redo. But I don't know, because if I come over here... If I come over here, that nerding class, welcome to the stream, this is all correct. Like if you look over there, that's the right number of blocks. But over there, that's not. So I went wrong somewhere, but I don't know where. And I'm going to deal with that off screen. I think I'm just going to kind of keep working on the wall for the time being. Still got a decent amount of quartz. And I'm going to work on the top later because I haven't actually consolidated a design that I want for the top. But anyway, A Way Out, that was the name of the game I was talking about. Looks very good. I've got some, I'm looking pretty forward to that one. It doesn't look graphics-wise like the most amazing game in the world, but story-wise, it looks like it's got a great story. And I never actually played Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. I don't know why I feel like I have to say the whole name of it, but I never actually played that game, but I heard a lot of very good things about it, and it looks very good. So I'm interested to see what that's gonna end up being. So we'll see where that ends up. This is a pretty wide section of wall right here. I'm gonna die unless I get some feather falling boots sometime soon. So yeah, that's other than that, I hear there's a new Assassin's Creed game coming out. Oh, one thing I do, talking about Bethesda again, haven't actually watched the trailer for it yet, but I am kind of excited. They announced a new Wolfenstein game. Wolfenstein 2, the new, not order, but another word that I don't remember off the top of my head. I haven't actually seen the trailer for it, because when I saw the trailer was out, I was on the phone with somebody, and I just haven't gone back to actually watch the trailer yet. So yeah, it looks cool. Is this guy to get more of these guys? Yes, it was. Look at that. Boop, boop. Perfect. So yeah, that game, I'm very excited for that, and I've been kind of, I've been in a love-hate relationship with Bethesda, but since that's produced by id Software and just published by Bethesda, I have a little bit more faith in them. It looks pretty cool, though. I'm always pretty excited to hear out more Wolfenstein. I'm a big fan of Wolfenstein. I loved Wolfenstein: The New Order. I think that was one of the better games that's come out in the last few years. Let me go ahead and take this guy, and let me get some more of these. Not like that, but like that. There we go. Okay. And we will continue working over here. Yeah, this wall is going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be a pretty good-sized wall. But anyhow, yeah, that's Wolfenstein. It's cool. If they did good, I hope they do as well in this next one as they did in the first one. I wasn't, not to get into spoiler territory, the ending to the first, the New Order didn't really do anything for me. So I'm kind of interested to see what this new game's gonna do, if they're gonna, what that's gonna be. I don't know if it's the same character, the main character. I think in one of the old Wolfenstein games, the main character was B.J. Blazkowicz, his son. He's the main character of the Wolfenstein games, in case you have no idea what I'm talking about. And I don't know if they're following a similar road here. I don't know if this is the same character. But I don't know. Not to get too much into spoiler territory. But yeah, so I'd definitely recommend picking up the New Order, though, if you happen to find it somewhere on sale. That game is a masterpiece. So I don't remember how I did this side. If I did, how am I gonna do this guy? Man, I would love to know what's going on in the chat right now. 2 in the front, 5 in the back. I love how every now and again I'll just peer down and take a look at the chat, and it's just kind of going mad over there. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I had kind of a walkway design going on up here, so the guards could kind of patrol and judge Will's house over there for not being fancy enough. No, it'll probably block out that giant monstrous sign I put up over there. I was complaining... Oh man. I was complaining about people not putting signs in their bases, so I decided to put that giant thing up there. Let's see here. So, what's the best course of action here? Let's try... Boom, boom. Let's try some of this action right here to see how this goes. Oops, no, I forgot these guys go sideways, which may actually be an interesting idea. Have a striped wall. Oh, come on. Have enough to get to the top, please. Nope, not enough to get to the top. That's nice. Just go ahead and make the rest of these guys into these pillars. See how that turns out. What do I think of that? Kind of like it. Kind of like it. I think things like that are going to have to become the norm when I get... Ooh, I should actually finish off this area right here, because this is actually a section of the wall. That donkey is making disturbing noises. Actually, I could probably just fill this in with dirt and say forget about that. Look at that. Let's take a step back, take a look at that. That's coming along quite well. Starting to get pretty fancy. So yeah, like I said, it's not going to be a one-to-one recreation of... mine grinded up 28 obsidian. That's crazy. I actually need to get another portal going here. Dogs running through the yard. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. I don't... If anybody else has any E3 news, please feel free to talk about it in the chat, because I don't... I'm trying to think of what else came out, and really, so far, it's been a fairly uneventful E3. I think that today was... I think it's Wednesday, right? I may be wrong about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's, yeah, it's not doing anything for me this year. It's just kind of there. We're definitely going to need some more. I'm going to need some water to get down from here. I need to start carrying a water bucket. But yeah, there's nothing really that's been really exciting that's really hit me. I was kind of hoping to hear a little bit out of Halo 6, whatever that's going to end up being. I'm a pretty big fan of Halo. I think they've all but confirmed the fact that it will actually be coming out on PC this year, which is, or not this year, but the Halo 6 will be a PC release along with Xbox, and I'm pretty excited about that as someone who used to be an Xbox gamer and switched to PC pretty much full time. So I'm pretty excited to hear about that, but like I said, they really haven't made any comment on it. There was no trailer this year, so I'm kind of, I don't know where this is gonna go. Hey, Xbox One XS? The new one? I don't remember what it was called. The Xbox One Fancy 4K Edition has been announced. Project Scorpio, I think is what everybody called it. That's out now, or not out, but it's been announced. 4K Xbox capability, basically, from what everybody's told me, it's an Xbox 360, or not an Xbox 360. I smell like socks. Okay. It's an Xbox One with the capabilities of a mid-range gaming PC, which, it's alright. It's pretty cool, you know, for people who don't have access to PCs. I think at $500, honestly, you're not going to get a PC. I mean, $500, you're not going to be doing 4K. That was the big thing that it was supposed to do is, oh, it's 4K and it's magical. No, not really. It's probably just going to upscale 1080p. I mean, I bet it'll do 1080p 60 FPS fantastically, because I know that's what a $500 gaming computer will do. But I just really don't see a $500 console being able to do 4K. Because if that was true, you know, I've got about $1,000 into my PC, I would be able to run 4K. So, I think it's just upscaling, but they're not really saying anything about it. But that's just my 2 cents and my input as someone who knows a fairly decent amount, not bragging or anything. I'm going to move my microphone here, so mind the noises. I want to bring it a little closer to my mouth so that it annoys the people who don't like mics close to the mouth for some reason. So yeah, that's my expanded coverage of E3 2017. Pretty boring thus far. Hoping for some fancier news to come out in the coming days, but I really don't see anything that entertaining coming out. What's going on? Let me just... Yeah, Assassin's Creed Origins, that's the new one. I haven't actually looked into that. It looks like it's apparently supposed to be set in Egypt. That's neat. I haven't really paid attention to an Assassin's Creed game since Brotherhood. That was the actually, no, I played Black Flag. Oh, excuse me. Take a drink. Black Flag is the fancy new one that's supposed to be coming out. Can't wait for Call of Duty World War II. Have they talked about that at all at E3 this year? I don't think that they have, to my knowledge, this far. It looks pretty cool, though. It looks pretty cool from what I've seen so far of the trailer. I'm moving some stuff around. It looks pretty neat, though. My voice is kind of... My voice is kind of losing it right now. I apologize. I should have had a lozenge. So yeah, it looks neat. That's another one of those games I haven't really touched in a very long time. Call of Duty is just one of those things that really hasn't interested me. I think that they're kind of looking at what success Battlefield 1 had, and they're like, cool, let's do another and see if we can grasp onto that great amount of success. And I hope they do, because I like World War II games, and I've been asking for a good World War II game for a while. I think that would be interesting. Battlefield 1 had was a very popular game, so I'm interested to see if Call of Duty World War II will be able to follow its footsteps. put my phone over there because it's getting warm. Is the night going to cycle through, or is the server spazzing out? Yeah, what else is going on? I was looking through Steam. Wolfenstein: The New Colossus is the new one that's coming out. Assassin's Creed Origins. Yeah, it looks like it's about it. I'm kind of just looking through. Yeah, I was just kind of paging through Steam real quick to see if there was anything on the front page. But yeah, not a whole lot coming out. It's been pretty quiet this year, which surprised me a little bit. I was expecting a little bit more of an eventful E3, but I'll take it. You know, like I said, I think the biggest thing and the biggest kind of concern that I've had is the fact that it looks like old Bethesda's still pushing for them paid mods, and I'm never really that excited about that. But I'm not gonna talk about that for a super lengthy amount of time. You know, it's the same thing I talked about earlier. There are ways to do it. I just don't think this is it. Looks pretty alright. Yes, it does. It looks alright. Yeah, it's, like I said, quiet. I was hoping for more. Oh well. Probably will be the same like the others, just reskinned COD 3. I'd be alright with that. I like the original numbered Call of Duties. Those are the ones I remember playing way back in the day. So I take a look here. Look at this. Look at this wall and how fancy this is. I don't really know how I'm going to do all this down in here. Let me take a step back and just take a look at this monstrosity for a while. Soup. 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 Look at that. Yeah, that's a pretty good sized wall. That is a pretty good sized wall. I like that though. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's gonna be a pretty fancy wall. I just gotta kinda fix everything here. Honestly, I think this is gonna end up being a little screwed up. I don't know though. Because it feels like everything got screwed up somehow. And I don't know where, because this is supposed to be a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this is supposed to be a 6. This guy's supposed to be a 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. Bunch of 2. Yeah, this got screwed up somewhere along the lines. I don't know how. And I think it's just this corner right here. But I don't. Because I really don't know. I'm kind of confused. I feel like this whole thing is kind of off. And I do need to figure out where. Because I think that guy over there is supposed to be one back. Circles are kind of hard. I probably should have started on the inner circle and made my way out. Because I'm not really sure what I want to do for this inner tower. I kind of wanted to get everything encased in wall and then work out from there. But yeah, I'm digging the way this looks so far. I think it's got a good aesthetic. I like the clash of the dark oak with the quartz, which we do need to get some more of. So, ooh, hello, you are submerged. Why are you submerged? Give to me your wood. So I think that's about it for E3 though. Really nothing else that I can think of off the top of my head happened. Trying to think, other Bethesda, you know, they announced, I think most of the most eventful things so far have really come out of the Bethesda panel, at least for the games that I follow. I don't really know what I want to do here, because I really don't want to, I don't know how far I want to advance, because I don't know how much of this stupid thing I'm going to have to move, because I feel like the whole thing is kind of screwed up from that, because that's all supposed to be like one block over, I almost feel like. Because I got it right on that side. Sorry about my kind of incoherent ramblings. Just kind of bear with me for a minute here about how this is all supposed to work. Because this guy, hold on, wait. I feel like if I just went ahead and went around and started working on this wall out this way, this guy is supposed to be what, 5 wide, 4 wide? Yeah, because it's supposed to be able to have. Trying to figure out how to do this correctly. Just give me a second here. So yeah, it's supposed to have 2 of these guys. Man. 2 of these guys. And then I'm out of stairs. Nope. Let's get some more of these. I'm gonna need to go get some more quartz in between streams here, I can tell you that much. Hey, not that much. Let's do that. And then that. So yeah, this whole thing is off and kind of screwed up. I'm not gonna lie. Let me make sure this is all nice and balanced. Just kind of bear with me here for a second. I'm trying to get everything worked out. I don't know. I really don't know how I'm gonna fix this, which is kind of worrying because I think I may have screwed up the entire circle. So if I screwed that guy up, Battlefront 2 looks real good as well. Oh yeah, Battlefront 2, that's the one I'm forgetting about. Battlefront 2 is the fancy new Star Wars game that's coming out. I've got this screwed up. I'm sorry, I can't focus on anything because I just noticed how messed up this is, and I really don't know how to fix it. Because I think I'm going to have to redo a lot of the circle, which is why I'm kind of putting off working on the wall, which is what I wanted to work on in this episode, which is all peachy and fantastic. I guess I could go into the nether and do a little bit of nether quartz mining, because we do need some more quartz. But yeah, Battlefront 2 looks interesting. That was another one of those games that was kind of a hit or a miss, depending on who you were. I know a lot of people who enjoyed it, and I know a lot of people who are like, well, it's not as good as the original Battlefront, and yeah, that may be true, but it looks like with Battlefront 2, they are looking to improve upon what they messed up. This game is going to have a campaign that caters to weird people like Kit who think the Empire has some kind of moral high ground within the Star Wars universe. And and it actually looks like a pretty interesting campaign. Nothing in Star Wars that, to my knowledge, I don't really keep up with all the EU, the extended universe and all that, so don't begrudge me for not knowing the answers to all this weird Star Wars-y stuff, but you know, as far as I know, nothing's really followed the Empire in depth, and it looks like it's supposed to be a kind of some kind of Revenge of the Empire after Return of the Jedi type deal, which is an interesting idea. Actually, you know what we could do that I have not yet done? Build another portal, which I may not have the. Yeah, I do have the obsidian for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the obsidian right there for my enchantment table that I will one day build. So, I don't know where this portal is going to spit me out at, to be entirely honest with you. Because I think Will has a portal, but I'm not sure 100%. There's a lot of people in this area, too, which doesn't really help. Yeah, that wall's going to be so screwed up, I'm going to have to fix it. So I'm going to spend the rest of the night working on it after the stream is turned on to screw up my wall. But yeah, it looks interesting. I played the beta for Battlefront, and it's a beautiful, beautiful game. Ran smooth as all get out. But it was just one of those, you know, just another shooter. You know, it takes a fair, dang it, I keep screwing up the portal. It takes a fair amount in terms of shooters to impress me. That being said, you know, I actually enjoyed, there was a period of time for like a month where I actually really liked Overwatch. That period doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, shooters kind of have to be kind of special to attract my attention. I think Battlefront, from what I've heard of Battlefront 2, that may be enough, because it actually looks like a very good game. Hey, this is someone's portal, isn't it? Dang nabbit. This is Black Rose's portal. Now the question of the hour, is this going to spit me out at Black Rose's house or at my house? Is that a yes? Is that a no? This is Black Rose's place. Yep, that's neat. This is Black. By the way, this is Rose's circle. It's not as good as my circle, but I'm just throwing that out there. No, she's got a pretty cool circle. We've been talking a lot lately, having some circle competitions here. No, she's building a pretty cool thing. She's building a big old circle here with a clock tower in the middle of it, which is going to be huge and fancy. And she's actually done a lot of work on this. Rip Kitters. Someone's in the nether. Yeah, she's got a pretty fancy clock tower circle-y thing going on here. I'm gonna move my mic a little bit. It was off kilter. So yeah, this is pretty neat. There was some lava over that hill. Poor guy. Oh, poor Kit. Can't catch a break. So yeah, I guess I gotta walk back to my base now, which isn't that bad. I guess me and Black Rose have pretty close portals here. So, what the point of me coming here was to raid this area of all of their wonderful... Yeah, I've got some touch on this, good. All of the wonderful nether quartz, which hopefully hasn't been taken yet. I should have brought... I forgot my bow. I meant to get a bow, which I do need because of the fact that I am really, really bad at killing ghasts without one. So hopefully, I'm hoping at least... Whoa! Somebody has been bad at fighting ghasts. Someone's also trying to make a... Witherizer, I think, or trying to protect themselves from the blazes. I should actually kill one of these guys so I can get the achievement. Let me see if I can kill this guy and get his rod. His old Rod Stewart there. You got anything for me? Nope. I got a fancy sword. I got this sword enchanted. It's got sharpness and... What is that one? Sweeping Edge? I don't know what that does. I do not know what the Sweeping Edge does. I also don't think I have fire protection on this old, hunk of junk here. Hey, buddy. Oh, I bet your rod went right in that fire. I'm gonna go chill out over here for a second where everything isn't on fire. I lied. Probably gonna die now. Because, you know, it's just... I only lost all my stuff. Yep, sounds about right. I'm just gonna chill out right here for a second. Wait for all the death to go away. Are all those guys gone? I don't need to worry about those things anymore. Poor Kit. So should have switched to Geico. Poor Kit. He's... How many deaths? He's up to 9. I have more deaths than Kit? No, I don't. I lied. I have 4. I was looking at Russ. Yo, dig. I can't even go with the whole diggity. Just... Yo, dig. Alright, I'm gonna kill one of those blazes, by God. Actually, I want to kill one of these guys. Because I killed one of these guys in the last episode of my... Bethesda salt. You missed it, Rivet! You missed all the salt! There's so much salt! I'm so angry! Yeah, Bethesda's a horrible company. And they need to go away. Because of the fact they're me and Russ stopped by and put a few signs down. I think Tim put some flaming penises everywhere too. Yeah, that was that was stupid. Bethesda's stupid and all that's stupid. I'm very upset about that. Hey, I don't want to break this guy. I was about to. Yeah, I don't understand why they're constantly trying to do all this stupid stuff that's kind of screwing people over. I think they, you know, very greedy company for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So, they used to be such a good company. They used to make such good games. Now they don't. Now all they do is make salt. And let me tell you a thing or two about all these 55 million versions of Skyrim. Skyrim is, at this point, a, what, 7-year-old game? Okay, I'm going on a rant here now. It's what, a 7 or 8-year-old game? No, it's 7 years old. I think it came out in 2010? It came out in 2010, didn't it? 2010 or 2011, Skyrim came out. And it's an old game. It's a very old game at this point. Who's that? That's I Kill You. That's why he was saying hi. Howdy there. Hey, I'm on fire. So, you know, it's an old game, right? They need to quit pushing it. They needed the remastered version was cool. It was pretty neat. It added, you know, fancy graphics and whatnot, and gave it a 64-bit engine. That's cool. They are pushing that game on every platform. They're pushing that game worse than Minecraft. And Minecraft got pushed super hard on every platform. That I can kind of understand. But it's like every platform, and there are 75,000 different versions of it, and they're doing the same thing with Fallout 4. Same thing. And you know what? Fallout 4, terrible game. Sucky game. This is just Salt speaking. That's what I wanted right there, is that achievable. That's all I wanted was that achievement. That is why I stood there for like 5 minutes. I just wanted to get that achievement. I can die happy now. Let's get out of here before I do die in a rather unhappy manner. I'm just... There used to be such a good game that made mediocre... Such a good company that made mediocre games that were improved by mods. And now they make horrible, questionably buggy and overpriced games with overpriced DLC that just exist to make money. And people will buy them no matter what. And it makes me sad. And there's also people out there who will pay and buy money and pay money and buy these paid mods and it's horrible. And it's gonna work this time. I can tell you that much. This is an extended rant of the earlier rant that I was intending to go on but never went on. People will buy these mods because this time it's not through Steam. Like, people on PC have been doing these mods have been using mods since like the 90s. Like I said earlier, I was talking about modding Doom and all that, and it's like people on PC are used to mods being free, and they're used to a certain quality of mods and all this. And now that it's on console, and mods are a totally new thing for a lot of console gamers, this is, I mean, it's like, I know a lot of people who console game, you know, when mods came out for Skyrim Special Edition and Fallout 4, that was the first time they'd ever used mods and ever seen mods, and they thought it was the most wonderful thing in the world. And it's like, this is the first time a lot of people have used these. This is the first time a lot of people have touched any of this. They are going to have no problem paying for this. And that, to me, well, like I said earlier, you know, I'm perfectly fine with content creators being compensated. You know, I don't think mods need to be compensation for mods needs to be done through donations. I'm sorry, I know it's not, you know, regular income, but at the end of the day, like Patreon and donations and that kind of thing, and in stores, they are the best possible way to make income for modders, because of the fact that mods are meant to be just cheap, free, stupid fun that adds to games. It does not need to be this wacky, overpriced garbage, because I can tell you one thing, is that these mods are not going to be cheap. There will be none of these cheap mods for this game. You're not going to be seeing these 99-cent mods. You're going to be seeing, you know, probably, I'd say average price, probably $3 a piece for these mods. And at the end of the day, that adds up, and that really restricts what people are able to do with their games. And I've always really kind of seen mods as a way for people, you know, people in general, but not just people in general, but people, you know, with not a lot of money. It's a good way for people to be able to add on to their game and expand their playing experience. And, you know, that's definitely one of the things that added a lot of replayability to Skyrim for me, was the fact that I was able to go back and do, you know, 10, 15, 20 different modded runs of Skyrim. And that is taking that away, because you have to pay for these things. And that's not just me being cheap, that's me being like I said earlier, I've got hundreds of mods installed to my Bethesda games. That is going to cost an absorbent amount of money just to play a game. I already think games are going in the overpriced area now. It's ridiculous. All of this is ridiculous. It really is. That's my rant. You managed to provoke a re-rant. Congratulations, Rivet. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I think they need to drop it, but this time they're gonna win, because they were smart about it, and that's the worst thing, because they know that the console community will latch onto these mods, and they have no problem paying for these, because to them it's just weird cheap DLC, which on top of this all is the cheapest DLC for Fallout 4. It's probably going to be the cheapest DLC, because you know what, Fallout 4 DLC, I said this before and I'll say it again, and this is my point that will cling on to the day I die, the fact that the Fallout 4 DLC is the most overpriced pack of garbage I have ever seen. There are 2 DLC at most that were decent, and that is absolutely saying something. Fallout DLC I've always enjoyed. I've always thought the Fallout DLC was enjoyable. Fallout 3's DLC was good. Fallout New Vegas' DLC was all very good. I enjoyed all of Fallout New Vegas' DLC. Even looking at Skyrim, I enjoyed all of Skyrim's DLC, and I think some of Oblivion had some of the best DLC out of any Bethesda game I've ever seen. It was all reasonably priced, you know, $5 to $10. I have no problem paying that. But when you ask me to pay $50, almost the full price of the game, on sale over the full price of the game, for DLC, for what is going to effectively add maybe 10 or 15 hours to the game, that is just ridiculous. I think it is just, it's stupid, and I said it before. Like I said, I don't mean to keep harping on this over and over and over again. It's just ridiculous, and it's a terrible path to see Bethesda go down, because like I said, Bethesda for a very long time was always one of my favorite gaming companies. They made some of my favorite games, and now it's one of those things that I don't trust them enough to buy any more of their products. I really don't. I don't see, you know, the next Elder Scrolls game, no matter how fancy and amazing it is. I know what they're going to do. I know they're going to follow the same model, because they got away with it. They absolutely got away with it in Fallout 4. They got away with jacking up the price of the Season Pass, which I already think Season Passes are ridiculous, but the fact that they're going for $50, the fact that people openly bought these and were completely fine with it, this is something that I have absolutely no problem saying is going to become the new norm for Bethesda games, and that is very unfortunate. Give me a second, I need to catch my breath. So I assume you're excited for the new $60 version of Fallout 4 VR. All right. Let's talk about Fallout 4 VR. I wanted to avoid all of this. I am so very disappointed in Bethesda. That should be the tag title of the stream. It is so utterly ridiculous. The fact that they are charging $60 for a VR version of Fallout. You are paying $60. Do you want to get in a call? Oh, I'll go. I will go. Let me get a drink, refresh my vocal cords, and I will go for an hour-long rant and a call about this. This deeply angers me. The fact that Fallout 4 even exists anymore as a legal existence. $40, $60 for being able to move your head around. VR is already so expensive. No. The point of this rant, let me back up here for a moment. Is the fact that Fallout 4 with DLC, and does the $60 version come with DLC? Is that a known fact or not? The fact that Fallout 4 already comes, does it come with the DLC, the VR version, or is that separate? Because the fact that they've already basically conned people into paying for the game twice, with the season pass being $50, almost the full price of, $9 short of being the full price for the game, the full retail value. The fact they've already conned people into that is basically them already reselling the game, on top of the fact that they are now selling a $60 version of the game for VR, which is stupid. Who thought that up? At least, I mean, they may have done this, and I may be completely wrong about this, but is this, I mean, are they following the same standard they did for releasing the Skyrim Special Edition, which had the fancy garbage with, if you already own the game and all the DLC, you get the Special Edition for free. If they did that, that's a little bit more understandable. That I can get with, but if they were making people pay $60 for a game that a lot of people have already practically bought twice for the full price of the stupid... my mind is completely melting right now. People have already paid full price for this game twice because of the cost of that stupid DLC. I can't even defend them anymore. I used to defend them. I used to say that Fallout 4 was still a decent game. It wasn't the best game. It was not my favorite Fallout game, but it was a decent game. It was a good game. I got 100 hours out of it. I enjoyed it. I can't even defend them on that anymore. Because this game has gone so far, the business practices of Bethesda have drugged them down so far in my eyes. It's not even funny. It's absolutely ridiculous. And anyone who doesn't look at the things that Bethesda is doing and say that they are not trying to do this, it's just a blatant money grab. If they're not doing this exclusively for the money, you need to just step back and reevaluate everything, because this is ridiculous. Standalone game, no DLC. I heard that all Fallout 4 DLCs... I got all Fallout 4s and I'm $80 short. Okay, listen. Bethesda. Pete Hines, or not Pete Hines, Pete Hines is the no, that's Major Nelson. I don't know who's who anymore. It's all middle-aged white dudes. Okay, listen, it's ridiculous. This whole fiasco with Fallout 4, the fact that Fallout 4 has become this poster child for absolutely just the worst business practices, and people are buying into it. People are buying into this. That's ridiculous. It's stupid, and I can't believe people are doing this. I refuse to buy the DLC for Fallout 4 now because of this garbage. I refuse. I'm not going to buy another Bethesda product because of all this garbage. It's ridiculous. If I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy it from a third-party retailer. I don't usually, I'm not usually one of the people that sits here and says, go out and buy things from G2A or Kinguin and all that. I've done it before. I don't usually go out there and promote it. I would promote it in this case. Bethesda doesn't deserve this money. This is ridiculous. It absolutely is. And all the business Todd Howard, oh my, these people, it's just so much anger right now is flowing. It's ridiculous. It's insane that they're allowed to get away with this. And people are fine with it. People are defending them. That's what irritates me the most. People are defending them, and people still get mad at me when I sit here and I say, okay, listen, it is absolutely ridiculous for someone to have to pay. Okay, let me do the math now. So the full version of the game, if you bought the game day one, Fallout 4, day one, way back in 2015, if you paid full price for that game, it was $60. And then you say, oh, the DLC is coming out. You know, you bought the season. You bought the season pass when it was still $30. Let's bare minimum $30. If you waited and you said, gee golly, I should buy the season pass at $50, if for whatever reason you were ignorant enough to do that, and no offense is meant to people who did that, but seriously, what were you thinking if you bought the season pass at $50? Because that was not $50 worth of content. But if you sit there and you went for whatever reason $50, okay, so that's $110 now. You are in the hole for this game, $110, which is an absorbent amount of money to spend on any video game. But let's continue down this road. And then you bought a VR headset. You're all peachy and happy, and you say, I'm gonna buy me a Vive or an Oculus Rift or whatever other VR headsets out there nowadays that I may be forgetting. Yeah, you've dumped a couple $100 on that. You've got your weird indie games, your Star Trek Bridge Simulator, which, by the way, if you haven't seen the live stream clips of people playing that game, it's absolutely hilarious. I would love to own VR just to play that game. But anyways, you get these $5 and $10 VR games, and then all of a sudden Fallout 4 comes out, $60. You buy that. Guess what? You are now $170 in the hole for a game that has back such horrible such horrible business practice that is basically scamming people out of their money. Now, like I've said before, Fallout 4 was a decent game. It was. But now it's just so corrupted by how terrible this business practice is, by how much money they're trying to pull out of people. Now you've got this. You got your Fallout 4. You're $170 into this endeavor. $170. This is $170 that you could put toward literally anything else. That is a lot of Whoppers. That's 170 things off the McDonald's dollar menu for whatever reason you want to do that to your body. That's a decent graphics card. I mean, if you're $170 and you bought the VR version, you've got an expensive graphics card. There's so many things you can do with $170. Okay, and then you say, well, gee golly, I'd really love to have some of that. I'd really love to buy into some of that sweet modded action, which you don't have to, because if you're a smart human being, if you have any ounce of monetary sense, and you're not just somebody who has absorbent amounts of money you wish to blow for no reason, you're going to sit there and you're going to go, well, I'm going to go to Nexus. I'm going to go to Nexus Mod Manager. I'm going to get these mods for free if I really like this mod, and I want to help the mod maker not live in the poorhouse. You're going to go, okay, I'm going to donate $10 to them. I'm going to donate $20 to them. Or you go through and say, okay, I want some mods now. That's $5 to this mod, $6 to this mod, $3 to this mod. Now you're another $100 in the hole because you're buying all of these mods. You are now $270, almost $300 in the hole just because you wanted to play Fallout 4. Jesus Christ. That's my rant for the day. That is my rant. It's ridiculous. Don't buy Fallout 4 VR Edition. Don't buy these mods. Don't support Bethesda and their stupid stupid money-grabbing campaigns. It's ridiculous. What Ark? Ark's a pretty good game. They've got some questionable business practices going on there too. They're up there. I played Ark for a little while. It was an R8 game. Rivet's got him a server in it, I think. I haven't really touched it that much recently, though. I streamed it for a little while there. It was an interesting game. I'm going to get off the Fallout 4 bandwagon for a while there. I need to get Render in here. That was about a 30-minute rant. Or like it was like a 10, 15, 20 minute. Yeah, somebody clip that. Get Render in here. Make him clip that. Do have a server up. Yeah, I don't think it's public, so I don't know why I brought that fact up. But yeah, there's a... Ark was a pretty alright game. I don't have it on my computer right now because I think I uninstalled it to put another game on, or a bunch of other games, I don't remember what. But it was a pretty interesting game. It had some interesting concepts. My dodo army, I had an army of dodos at one point. It was interesting. I would say honestly for Ark, don't buy it full price. Wait till it's on sale. Find it for, I think full price $30. Hold on, let me fact check this real quick. You know, let me fact check this? Ark check this fact? Oh, let me see. Ark is $30. Yeah, it's regularly $30. I would say about $10 10, 15 is kind of pushing it, but about $10. I think that's what I paid for it. That's fairly worth it. $10 is fairly worth it for Ark. It's still kind of a buggy mess. And, you know, going back to the Marxist comrade that I am, going against shoddy business practices and fighting against the capitalist establishment or whatever, you know, they have made some questionable decisions. Not quite as what I would say is questionable as Bethesda's done, but, I would definitely say that they've done some stuff with DLC. I want to get down there, but I don't want to die, so I'm gonna. They've done some questionable stuff with DLC. It's kind of just up to. It's not so much questionable as it's left to personal opinion. Do you think? And this is actually an interesting topic to talk about. Do you think that early access games should be able to release DLC? It's kind of a gray area. I don't know. Beginning it will be it if it will be. How's that noise? That's scary. I've never heard that noise before. Don't know if it will be good on my PS4. Do they have it on PS4? I don't know about that. Yeah, on PC, I don't know. Like I said, my whole thing with that comes down to, with Ark, at least, is, you know, should they release DLC for a pre-release game? I don't know. I didn't buy any of the DLC. None of it really appealed to me. It just looked like new maps. I think that's kind of sketchy. I do like what they're doing with they've got questionable business practices and they've got decent business practices. Like they've got the one they came out with the one thing a couple months ago, and I don't know if they're still doing this. Or this might have been an entirely different game, and they're just misattributing it. I don't know. Where they were taking modders from the community and giving them a couple grand to build their mods, and I think they'd be added into the game. Maybe they'd be sold as DLC. Yep, it's on consoles. One of the lead titles on the Xbox One X. Xbone X. Sounds like an Xbox Live username, to be entirely honest with you. Yeah, so that's that whole thing of DLC and early access games is completely left up to someone. Left a horse to the saddle. It's Ross. Yeah, that's completely, like I said, that's completely up to you guys, you know, to make your own dependencies and horses now, boy. Yeah, it's completely up to you guys to make that judgment call. That one's not really as sketchy, I don't think. Personally, that's kind of one of those gray areas where it's like, you know, the DLC isn't really anything that's going to make or break the game. I think it's just some new maps. I think that's something that could have easily been added into the base game. It's not really something that affects it as much as, you know, jacking up the season pass to $50 and then selling your game 75,000 times at full price. I think that's kind of stupid. But, you know, that's just my 2 cents, and what are my 2 cents worth? Bye, Poke. She just disappeared. That's nice. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents and my long, rambling rant on the current state of events for gaming. It's been a while since I've had a good rant. I miss me a good rant. See ya, Thor. Sleep well. Don't let the British bed bugs bite. I do the voice, but I can't. My vocal cords are stripped. Oh my goodness, yeah, it's been a productive day for rants. It's been a very productive day for rants. It's been a while since I've been on a good rant. Just a good old-fashioned heated rant. Look at that. Big and nethery. I have a way of bringing out the rants you do. That was... It's just such a stupid... I wanted to make a rant video today, but it didn't. Actually, I was going to rant about it. There was like 7 different times I was going to do a rant video, then I wasn't. Then I was, and then I wasn't, and I don't know. I've got a... What do you think about Far Cry 5? It's the one set in America, about rednecks and religion and Jesus. I'm actually interested in that one. That's the first Far Cry I've been interested in since Far Cry 3. Because Far Cry's been kind of a, not bad, just kind of meh games. But I'm actually interested in this one. Because they're taking it to a different place. Because before it's like foreign land and all these places and they're doing their things and it's cool. You know, Far Cry 3 was a fantastic game. I love Far Cry 3. Far Cry 4 was kind of kind of basically cut and paste to Far Cry 3, I thought. And then there was Far Cry Primal, which I heard kind of different mixed reviews on. Once again, in case anyone was unaware, this is not my base, this is Black Rose's. But it was kind of, I heard some mixed things about it. I think Rivet played it, and Rivet liked it. But, yeah, Far Cry 5 actually looks pretty interesting, because it's a new take, it's a fresh take. Well, kind of, it's still the same, you know, kind of strange, kind of out there type deal. But I'm interested to see where it goes. I don't remember which direction. I think my base is in this direction. I'm kind of interested to see where it goes, though, and I'll probably be following it for a while. But it looks cool. I don't know, have they put anything out at E3 about it yet? I haven't really kept up with it that much, other than seeing that initial launch trailer, which looked pretty cool. So, I've learned to be... Ooh, Rivet's here. So yeah, that's a lovely rant. I've ranted and raved, and I've talked about video games, which I do enjoy. I do enjoy talking about the video games. A little podcast there. Ooh, what a time to be alive. It's been an interesting week. Rubber banding. Gaming is... I hate that I can't say I look forward to games. I look forward to seeing how games turn out, is the phrase that I've been using a lot lately. And let's have another commentary on video games, shall we? And all this stuff I say here is subjective and just my opinion. You know, I'm not stating my fact. My voice here is just me thinking out loud. The state of games has gotten to the point where, like I said, it's better to sit back and say, well, I hope X, Y, and Z. You know, I hope Far Cry 5 turns out good. I hope Fallout 5 turns out good. But, you know, a lot of times it's followed up by the giant but. Which is a fun way to put things. It's always followed up by, it's like that, but I don't know if it's going to be good, if it's going to be bad. It looks kind of iffy. You know, the developers put out some rough titles. I don't really like the fact that that's the direction that gaming has gone. And that's the way a lot of people, you know, everybody said that about every medium of entertainment. You know, people say that a lot about TV. Well, there's no good TV shows out there anymore. It's all just, you know, reality TV. And then every once in a while you get a Game of Thrones that comes along, which everybody loves. And, you know, you say the same thing about movies. Well, every movie is just the same recycled garbage nowadays. And, well, there's Marvel movies. Wonder Woman came out. You know, I know a lot of people kind of trash that's not really the same thing. I was here for like 45 to 50 minutes. Oh man. Yeah, it's gaming has kind of gone down. It's kind of in that same rut where everybody's like, well, everything's kind of garbage now, which I get, but it's gaming is kind of has worked its way into a rut. Look at that. How many stacks is 2, 4, 6, 8.5 stacks of lovely quartz. That's a lot of quartz. Watching a rant. Yes, you are. Oh, yeah, this whole stream has just been one continuous rant. It's exciting. I don't think games have gotten objectively bad, because the thing I've said about a lot of games that have come out in the recent years, I'm going to kind of ride around for a while, because I don't really want to work on the circle anymore on the walls, because I think I'm going to have to redo a lot of the circle here, because I think I screwed a lot of it up. But I want to kind of poke around at other people's bases and see what other people are up to. I like to do that from time to time, just to see what's going on around the server. But as I was saying, I don't think games have gotten objectively bad. I think there are a lot of games that have come out recently, and by recently I say the last 3 or 4 years, that have been decent games that are very mediocre. There's nothing that stands out about them. Like Fallout 4, when it first came out, you know, if you go back and watch my channel then, it was like, oh, that was the best game in the world, it's wonderful, I love it. And, you know, watch the Brewcast podcast when we were still doing that, and everyone, that was the talk of the town. And now it's like I'm sitting here 2 years later going, it's garbage and Bethesda needs to go away. And, you know, I've been doing that for years. You know, opinions are subjective to change, but Fallout 4 at the end of the day is what I would consider a very mediocre game. Nothing stood out from it. I think that Fallout New Vegas is a much better game. You know, I can stand back and say the exact same thing about, you know, Mass Effect Andromeda. I haven't played it yet. I got the chance to poke around in it a little bit, and it looked, at a friend's house, But it looked like a decent game, but it just didn't stand out to me. And, you know, it's the same thing with Far Cry 4. You know, people got positive reviews, but it wasn't, you know, talk of the town or anything. You know, it was just one of those games that came out to a great, What do you think about Minecraft Realms? I think Minecraft Realms are quite swell. I think they're pretty cool. Is Poke here? Speaking of poking around. Is she taking down the signs? I don't think she has. Those, you know, I know Black Rose. We went through Black Rose's base. I know Justice or Blonde Viking had a base really close to here, but I think they moved it. Minecraft Realms are pretty neat. Neat little way for people to have servers natively in Minecraft. Nashta, who was on but is currently not on, has one. And I played on it a few times, and they're pretty neat. They're fairly stable, and they're directly hosted through Minecraft, which I think is pretty good. I think they're a little bit overpriced, because I think I can get a decent server for about $5 a month. I think those run about $20 a month, if I recall correctly. I'm not taking down the signs ever now. Whatever you visit the city, you'll know what you've done. Yeah, we put up a bunch of signs around the zoo. There's a couple secret ones out there too, Maya. You may want to look around for those. The walls have permanently been graffitied. Yes. I love messing with people. Yeah, Realm seems like an interesting concept. I think it's neat that Minecraft is trying. You know, this is a couple-year-old thing, but I think it's good that Mojang is kind of trying to natively do that kind of thing, and they've done a pretty decent job with it from what I've seen. And I know LAN server hosting, it's not the exact same thing, but I commended them for doing that. I saw the Secret Hill one with the Balls 1 and Balls 2. There's a Guardian out there somewhere. Such good friends. What's going on over here? Not a lot's changing over here. I think that's Joy's house right there. That's pretty neat looking. I don't know who else's stuff this is. I've been oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I'm trampling crops. Oh no, I'm a horrible person. Okay, I've got to fix this. Gotta go bye. Thanks for tuning in, that nerd in class. Glad to have you come over and give us some color commentary. I'm not running away, by the way. I'm gonna get some wood and I'm gonna fix the destruction I've caused. But yeah, there's this has been an interesting day for rants. This has certainly been rip rivet. Oh no. Server's broken. Hold on. Do I have any wood in here anywhere? I've got signs. I need signs. I need to take those. I don't have any wood. Let's go ahead and take this guy right here. Do I have any? Yes, I have an axe. Let me go ahead and tear this guy down right quick. And we will... Did that myself. Self-harm is not the way out, Rivet. Boop. Boop. Oh man, I didn't know you can make a hoe that way. I'm gonna fix things. No apostrophes for me, just to piss people off. Alright, let's go up here and fix this real quick. I don't think a lot's changed around spawn recently, though. There's some people been building up. A lot of people pretty quickly went out to their bases, which I'm kind of... I can't say anything because I did this exact same thing. But I'm a little bit disappointed that everybody just kind of took off for the bases right away, because I was hoping to see spawn get built up. But at the same time, you know, I know everybody had some pretty cool ideas for their bases. I know old Jeebers here is building a little church, and I'm going to build a retirement home over there pretty soon for all these old fogies like me and Rivet. And I think Russ referred to himself as a crusty old sock when he turned whatever age he is now. They're not particularly specific in their ages. So yeah, there's Thor built a fancy little thing over here, but I don't think that much has changed around spawn recently. Just kind of cruising around. But yeah, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more spawn development. So hopefully we'll see that in the coming months. But I know there's some pretty cool bases out there, though. I have seen and heard of what people are going to be doing, and we got a lot of people. There's Rivet. I'd recognize that mankini anywhere. Let me see if I can approach him. How'd you do there? The man in the net. Ooh, that's new. I don't know what that is. I heard. And it's raining. This is the server. Will built that, I think. My neighbor Will. I still need to get in contact with him and see what the situation is with his backyard, if I can expand into that or not. Actually, I think this is Will's. Home of Willis. Not funny. So yeah, that's everything I think I'm gonna do for today. We're about an hour and a half now. Does anybody see if anybody's in the voice chat? I might pop in there. Nope. So yeah, that's my happy fun times rant for the day. I got to stream out of the way so people can quit complaining that I never stream anymore. Oh man, hold on, Kit's there. I want to harass Kit. Yeah, so that's my happy fun time rant for the day. I'm gonna go fix my house. Actually, I'm gonna go get a drink because my voice is dead, and then I'm gonna fix my old house. And tomorrow I may or may not be back tomorrow. It depends. A friend of mine's laptop's hard drive died, and he wants me to fix it. And the replacement hard drive is either going to be here tomorrow or Wednesday. And if it's not here tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I actually have something else. I'm working on another project, a secret project. I'm working on another YouTube project, which is it's not gaming related, so it's not going to interest gaming people. I was hoping Kit would be down here somewhere. I wanted to harass him. It's not necessarily exactly gaming related, but I think it's an interesting project. I know it's not going to appeal to everyone on this channel, so I'm kind of poking around with the idea of doing that, and I'll probably put out more details about that later, but I may end up working on that tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll work on it Wednesday. And actually, I think after Wednesday, I'm kind of playing around with stream times right now, try and do some later streams. Hula hoops, yep, I'm starting a hula hoop channel to compete with the original Cosmic Chris. That is true. No. That is all I'm going to do from here on out is hula hoops. Live streams of hula hoops. Oh, dear. Anywho, I'm gonna go. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight to this lovely stream. I may be doing some more nighttime streams. I may do some daytime streams. A lot of Minecraft for now. Because that's about the only thing I've got worked out. Hopefully next week I can establish a regular schedule. I'd like to get back to the daily streaming schedule. I'm trying my hardest to stay on that. See ya. Being studious, as Poke would say. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm not one of them hippogriffs. I'm just telling you that I'm not.
Oh no! I'm in a hole now. Golden Gracio? I don't know what that was. I'm in a hole now. This is not fun. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following on Twitch. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Chris.